If you enjoyed watching Breakfast John Maguire flying a Spitfire on yesterday's show, you want to see and hear this. This was filmed above the skies of Northamptonshire yesterday during a special flight to commemorate the 80th anniversary of the end of the Battle of Britain, when the RAF successfully repelled the largest ever daylight raid by the Luftwaffe.
It was amazing. I was watching a programme about that last night, about the importance of radar. So you could tell, because the Messerschmitts outgunned the British planes by like 4-1, but radar enabled you to give 20 minutes.
Warning about where they were.
20 minutes before they arrived. So if we hadn't had radar around the coastline, things could have been very different.
Should we have a look at the papers this morning? This is the front page of the Mail. Why are they still failing the test, asks the Daily Mail, as it calls the Covid-19 testing situation a shambles.
The Daily Telegraph reports that the Archbishop of Canterbury, Justin Welby, is concerned about the effect of the rule of six, particularly on the poor, elderly and vulnerable. And the picture there is of the Duchess of Cambridge on a visit to a bakery. I think they were making bagels in East London.
You can tell by their aprons.
What did it say? Bagel?
Bagel.
Oh,
the Daily Mirror replied, only because I looked earlier.
I got the spotter's badge for the dog, but I failed miserably on the words on the apron.
No, just... this is a really distressing story on the front page of the Daily Mirror and reports the news of the death of a 12-day-old baby boy who was killed by a dog in Doncaster. 2 people have been arrested following the attack on Sunday.
And the most read story on the BBC News website overnight is about a social media boycott by celebrities, including Kim Kardashian West. They're planning to freeze their accounts for 24 hours to protest against the spread of what they call hate, propaganda and misinformation.
This is an interesting story. This is a write-through in the Daily Telegraph, and this is about long-range drones which are being tested with a view to replacing police helicopters, actually, in the pursuit of criminals and the search for missing people. This is information released by the Home Office. The National Police Air Service flies helicopters for various forces in England and Wales, has tested this Israeli-built military drone, first used actually in the Gaza war to conduct surveillance and reconnaissance against Hamas terrorists. So they've given a few details about, what they can do. Top speed 140 miles an hour. A helicopter can scare criminals, it says. 18,000 feet they fly at. But it's an interesting difference, isn't it, a way we're using technology in lots of different ways.
Have you, Louise Minchin, when attending a Zoom meeting or doing some sort of thing, have you been smart at the top and sort of freestyle at the bottom?
No.
No?
No. I'm pretty much scruffy all the way, but yeah.
Right, so
I know people do that.
I was into most of Football Focus from my house in shorts, but a nice shirt. Anyway, councillors have been ordered to wear suits during virtual meetings amid fears of a scruffy appearance. Could give the local authority a bad name. This is members of the North East Lincolnshire Council. They've been told to smarten up and comply with the dress code, even when they're attending meetings on Zoom or Microsoft Teams, whatever it might be. But Councillor Steve Besant has hit back. He's expressed his frustration. He says, I always respect the chair, but I'm not going to on this occasion. My bedroom's only 12 foot by 12 foot. I'm not going to be stiflingly hot, so I will just wear a shirt and tie. I will not be wearing a jacket. There we go. Hit back.
Things that we didn't know we'd have to do all the time, Zoom meetings, etc.